Hello and welcome to my stream. That is me, Mark Takeshi Ota, the voice of great ace attorney Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And also, I forgot to say this on the last stream yesterday, the voice of Sun Wukong in the winner of the Ultimate Game of the Year award. Isn't that something? Ultimate Game of the Year of the Golden Joysticks, which is like crazy. And I didn't even say that yesterday, even though I streamed Black Myth Wukong yesterday. But I'm very well, not Game of the Year quite yet. I mean, like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that one. I mean, Ultimate Game of the Year. What is that? Ugoti? Ugoti? Or something like that. Ugoti. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are in the US and or wait, does Canada celebrate Thanksgiving? No, that's purely a US thing, isn't it? Canada has Canada Day, probably, right? Ooh, Poggy! Oh, Poggy Pocket! You are so sweet. Oh my God! Thank you for all the gift subscriptions. I'm very moved. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is so sweet. And we've also had a first-time chat from Agutimi, from Poland. I love that. I don't know what the first sentence says, but I'm sure it's something very nice. But I'm not gonna dare to read that because I think I'm just gonna completely butcher that. But Poggy Pocket, thank you. Shout out to Poggy Pocket. Woo! We can give Poggy Pocket some of the new emojis. Look at that. Yay for Poggy Pocket. Yay. Oh, so sweet. And happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Robin the Red. Canada has Thanksgiving, but in October, apparently. Whoa, look at that. Learning something new. Every day, something new. I also realized, I think, as I was listening back to yesterday's stream, I had like the game noise a little bit high, possibly. So I hope today is a little bit more balanced with my voice versus the game noise, right? Yeah, let's see how that goes. But hello, Mix Match Magic, Mitkun, Nintendo Nitwit, great to have you back. Latents Apprentice as well, and Kazuma Sogi obviously has entered the chat from the beyond, I guess. And Barok's wife, Twifairy. Are you all having fun with me trying to pronounce these the what are they called? Names, but in chat, nicknames, character names, avatar names. I can't even think of words. Sometimes words just escape you. I'm glad you find it entertaining, Kitchen. Thank you. And I got Lou Blues. I got it right first time. I'm so glad. Because one could also think, like, see, sometimes also I get confused with pronunciations because of the different languages. Like in German, something would be pronounced one way, and then in English it would be pronounced the other way. So, anyway, I'm really excited to continue on case 3 of Great Ace Attorney. How exciting is that? I'm very excited anyway. And see if we can solve that case. And see how bad my my little Irish is going to be. I hope nobody is Irish in the chat, or if you are, then I hope you don't take any offense, because it's just me trying to have fun, and even though it's terrible, I will do my best. Yeah, there will be a lot of dodgy English language accents in here, just so we're all clear on that, right? That's part of the fun of this. Anyway, let's just jump right in and continue the case. That's what we're here for. Thank you very much. That's pretty much start of 3. We have Furoka. I feel like that's like a Japanese name almost. Furoka, and it's like 3 A's, so it's Furoka. It's the, yes, we haven't really started on case 3. I think we were only chatting to our little Lord something. Lord, what was his name again? I forget. But it was someone's name in the chat. Mael or Mael. I think Mael Lord something. Let's go back in the thinging here. What was his name? Lord Mael Strongheart. Chat. You helped me. Thank you very much. Furoka. Do you know what furoi is in? Oh no, it's not furoi. Furui means old, but furo, I don't even know. Furo means nothing. I don't think furo means anything. Male Strongheart. There we go. That's the name. Anyway, my Japanese isn't even that great. I just pretend half the time. Usually I just nod, and I'm still big. Silly me. I became small, and I'm in the right top corner now, because I already set this on my, wait, I don't like the way this is sized. Let me size this. I'm going to put this up here a little further, and like that. But yeah, I've put it up in the corner, because this way I'm looking here. See, I'm now looking at Susato like this, and previously I was on the other side, and I was like just looking away, and nobody even pointed out to me how weird that is. But now I'm like, hey Chad, hey, I'm looking right at you, and I'm looking, hey Susato, now I'm looking at you. Makes total sense, right? That's called cinematography. I think that's the word, right? Anyway, back in the game. Enough of me rambling. In Japanese he was Heart Vortex. Wow, what a beautiful name. Lots of people. We have so much like great Ace Attorney people that know so much more than me. I love it. I love all the lore and background info. Anyway, back to it. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Who was? Oh, that was the Irish gentleman, wasn't it? McGilded. Oh, why is he so exhausted? Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. Oh, what happened actually? Didn't I have the chat on the screen as well? What happened to that? Oh, wait, I had it in the other one, but not in this one. Oh, bloody. I need to add a scene here. Hold on. There's just a little bit of something happening now. Can I copy this one? I'm going to copy it and then go. This is completely super professional. This is like not even a problem at all. Here we go. Easy peasy. And then I will adjust this so it makes sense and fits. Perfection. Whoopsie. Anyway, we're law students. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. That's what we are. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands... What was I after saying, you daft idiot? Eh? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Ooh, I think I see what's going on here. Is he Northern Irish? I feel like he's Northern Irish. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. There's chance if a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well... I'm just gonna say not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean? Hi, Nookie Demo. And hi, Barry Winkles. Thanks for joining. Huey. So many lovely people. Thanks for sharing my socials also, Al Colin. Appreciated it always. You're so on it. So on it. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did you just say Reaper? Oh, that's scary. Aye, The Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barok van Zieks. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper. When Van Zieks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. Ooh, that's scary. I don't like that one bit. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. Oof, scary. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against a fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barok van Zieks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. I'm a bit low here. Hold on. Please make your way into the courtroom. This trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Ooh, another first-time chat. The Sturmkrone. The Sturm? Are you German? Oh, greetings from Cologne. Hi, Sturmkrone. So nice to have somebody else from my hometown. That is so lovely. Until you showed your face here. Oomph party? What is an oomph party? I don't really understand that. Yes, Cologne is my hometown. Anyway, McGilded. I'd made up my mind, so I had. Oh, one of my followers. It's okay. I'm older, Tysa, so it's fine. Sorry. I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. Oh. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes. Something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen.
Counsel for the defense. What are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand.
I'll be right there.
All right. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this.
That is exactly what you want to hear from a defense attorney, right? Oops, microphone moving. Whoopsie. If you lose the right to stand, conduct the trial sitting down. Ooh, Robin the Red Fox. Very punny indeed. 18th of February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey Courtroom.
Everything will be fine.
Ooh, scary. So many of them.
So this is the highest court in Britain. The Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, what?
Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. What? I know, but I just can't help it. He gets so sweaty, doesn't he? Wait, where's a fun fact? That little stitching on the back of Ryunosuke's outfit was not there in the original release. Interesting. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, my God. People like Barok, eh? Barok's footstool. You chill, you. Okay, we've got another judge. What does he sound like?
He's a bit older. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Ooh, what does Van Zieks sound like?
He looks very cool. The prosecution is fully prepared.
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld.
Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Do we have another, slightly rude person? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Those eyes please me. Nipponese?
Nipponese? Did they used to say that? Nipponese. They shroud your fear. I'm going to put this down a little bit. Here. There we go. Try that.
They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes.
No, Mr. McGilded.
Yes, my lord.
You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner?
As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow's a student from some little island off in the Far East, is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. McGilded, what a fine gentleman London had. Did you hear that? He donated £5,000 to the government the other day. Mother, please, may we go and play in the Gilded Pub? Oh, that's a child. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery's firmly behind Mr. McGilded. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. Oh, you like my voice for Mr. McGilded? Oh, I'm so pleased to hear that. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him.
Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments.
My Scottish accent. Oh, is there a Scot in there too? Woo! But in original fantasy, they were not afraid to refer to the Japanese as the J word. J. Oh no, I don't. Yeah. Good evening from Italy. Hello, Noah. Nice to have you again. I remember you. Were you there yesterday as well? Maybe. Or was it last week? I think you were there yesterday. I remember saying Noah. Anyway, now.
Now, yes, we're the judge. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
Oh God, do I have to have different voices for each juror? That sounds...
Yes, my lord. If the charge gets to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Ha ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they'd never set eyes on me.
I like alcohol. I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson.
Oh, the Scottish just came out there out of nothing. I don't know. Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... The jury, yes. It's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. Common sense, not so common, is it? So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but...
I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes, me too. So sure.
A lot of common sense and rationality, I foresee it.
Prosecutor van Zieks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord.
So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback?
Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
We must be the only ones here who aren't aware.
The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason.
Sorry? Rice?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible.
Wow.
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time.
A dagger that had been... Excuse me.
A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence.
Autopsy report. Excellent. We should look at that. Photograph of the crime scene has also been entered in the court record. Very good.
And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good Lord! Is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Blood? Mr. McGilded's gloves had blood on them?
Uh-oh, that is suspicious.
Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well.
How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started.
Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
Ooh. Well, that was convincing already.
Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you?
Ooh. Well, of course. I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening, but whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
Are you claiming to have been asleep?
Just the emotion of the carriage, my lord. Little tense, so it is, and when I opened my eyes again...
Ooh, something went ding-ding. Wait, what?
we got new subs! Oh, gosh! Noah, thank you so much! I get so overwhelmed by all the subs. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Back to Mr. McGilded. Twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life. Now I ask you, sir, what good-hearted soul... Oh, actually I get balloons for that. Balloons for the... Wait, is this balloons? No, this is confetti. Confetti for subs! Whee! Now I ask you, sir, what a good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
That is convincing.
So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Oh, thank you, Noah. That's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Turning you as Southern now. I'm trying my best, very weird creature. Ooh, what else was the... I have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes, is what it's saying. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's another hype train. We've got a hype train. Whee! Oh, thanks, Aim Listen To. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed.
Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning.
What? That's not all of it?
There were multiple witnesses to the precise
what else happened? Just noises. What is that? Bits? Is that what that is? Oh, I can't even really follow. Cheer. Is that what it is? Thanks. Tysa. That's so sweet. 100%. Oh my God. Noki dip. I'm getting all overwhelmed. Hype train. Balloons. Oh my God. Wait, we're down to a mark changes. Oh, I have to change all the voices? That is very confusing. Wait, no, this is balloons. Is this balloons? Give me balloons. There we go. We got balloons. Thank you, Mix Magic. Is that cheers again? You want me to change all the voices? We can do that. What do we want Van Zieks to sound like? We can change Van Zieks. I'm still finding it.
To the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed.
Yeah, if I have to change them all up, I get very... I'm so overwhelmed. Yeah. Taking like 7 minutes to load myself. Woo! 20 characters. Yeah, I'll recycle them eventually, I'm sure. Oda! I love saying Oda, like what was his name again? The guy in the British Parliament used to say, Oda!
When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime.
As a reward, I don't know how to do that, but yes, I'll happily reward people with strange voices. Anyway, so much going on. I'm on a tiny marks. I'm not that tiny. I thought it was that
Just kidding, just kidding. Oh, I can also make this bigger. I think part of the confusion I have is this. Oh, yeah, that's better. I had the screen all small. Anyway, Van Zieks. Play a kazoo. Oh, we have another thing we can play, right? But that's wait. We don't have Sherlock right now, but I can still do this, right? Can that be a reward of some sort? Bubbled. It doesn't really work that well. Can you see bubbles? See, there's a bubble up here. I need to figure out what the right soap mixture is to get like proper bubbles. I wanted to fly up in the air, but it doesn't work that well. I still need to figure that out. I think how to. Oh, and I need to figure out also my setup. Anyway, back to it. Bubbles are too heavy. I agree. I need to look up. There's a science to it apparently, but anyway, this is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. Oh, I also see I can unlock a random emote. Oh, wait, what? No, can I? Oh, no, what? Oh, no, it's not there yet. Wait, what? I don't understand how things work half the time. Anyway, I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Oh, when the hype train ends. Okay, I understand. Sorry. I get confused so easily. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Oh, we've got a cold on now. Very stern looking. Oh, and a young man. He's all confused. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Papo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Oh, he's in East End. He's in East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Quite right.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Hype train success. Ooh, now I can open it.
どうもありがとうございました。サポートしてくれて。Ooh, first. Ooh, we got a little kitty. Kitty, choo choo. Choo. Wait, is that how you do it? You just press choo choo? Kitty, number one kitty. Can I get number one kitty if I do like something good? Then I get a number one kitty? Does this work? The thumbs up is often like outside. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like there. Boo! I like it. Number one kitty. Thank you, everyone, for the hype train support. I appreciate it very much.
Back to judge.
Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It was the last part of the evening, sir. I had very few customers. I remember it well.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed. I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too.
Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, counsel?
Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it?
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes.
Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage.
Ooh, our little Ryunosuke has figured shit out already.
Oh, quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses?
Huh?
Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus?
Well, no. We only arrived in London this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is.
What? Do you mean the actual scene? How?
The carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much.
Yes.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building.
Here? What? The entire carriage?
Bailiff, bring forth the stricken omnibus.
Oh, we've got an ad break. I only just... Whoopsie! Ooh. I still don't quite know how to deal with it. They're really long, aren't they? Like, ads on YouTube are never really this long. I don't know if I like them. Let's see how it goes with the ads and stuff. Otherwise, I'll... Noki demo bye! Nice night! Greetings from Icelandic voice actress. Hiya, first time chat. Anyway, they've got a whole omnibus in here. So that's an omnibus. Ooh, Vampy Girl 16699. Thanks for following. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, oh, we got another new follower. How exciting! New. I can barely see it. It's like slightly see-through. The new soul piece. I can't read it. I need to make it less see-through, I think. As you can see, but thank you for the follow. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers.
Oh, he's explaining it to us now. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above.
Oh, a skylight. Oh.
The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. But at least he's polite. Not to Ryunosuke, but oh well. Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
Gosh, it's a big piece of evidence. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence. Yes! Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here.
Let us continue with proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights.
I will beat you in the end. All right, my first cross-examination in a British court. I can do it. Focus, Ryunosuke, focus! Okay, cross is a loud slap. Wait, was my slap loud? Do. Maybe. What the witnesses saw. Should we also not... I want to also investigate this thing, don't I? Before we... Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of the murder. It's horrible. I agree. There's blood. It's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof and roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark. And there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Okay. What else we got here? A notice. Ah, that's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start in 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Okay, and this is the roof thingy. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Okay, what do we have here? Is that a circus? That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. And a lot of focus being drawn to... Wait, okay, we already... Oh, I thought that was on the other side. Oh, it's just kind of the same. Oopsie. Okay. Yep, we just did that. Is there something else? I guess this is just getting us out. Ooh, what do we have here? The seat has a handle, it seems. What is this? This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. The storage compartment, okay. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to store their luggage, that's for sure. Okay. It's not on the other side, though. Just on one side. Okay. I think we looked at everything here now, didn't we? Okay, let's go outside. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside. Yes, I have seen enough. Can we go underneath it, I wonder? No, maybe not. What is this? Phoenix Wright omnibus? What? Has he come from the future? That doesn't make any sense. Like, isn't this my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson? Or something like that? That is very... And you can't even click on it. I can't find anything out of place. Oh, do you think he actually is named after... Maybe the name... Maybe he saw the omnibus. This was from his first case. So maybe he named his, like, son after that or something like that. Could happen. Possible. Yeah, what else do we have up here? We've got benches. Die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. It is the roof deck. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. The people sit all the way up there on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them. And they have to pay money to do so. That sounds crazy. I can't imagine how cold it must feel. I wouldn't want to do that. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as punishment? Yeah, that sounds more like it. Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. This is where the dude sits. What does it say on the benches? Job masters.
Job Masters, London head office.
And then we've got the thingy we can look through. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Okay, I think I've investigated everything there is to investigate here. Alright, fine. What about the gloves? We got... Is there something inside the gloves? Okay, it's blood. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No, by the way, is Mr. McGilded right-handed? Ooh. Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand earlier. Pity. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Okay, alright, well, we've investigated some stuff now. Oh, and we should read this. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from trauma. Stabbed once in the abdomen. Died due... Okay. Okay, I feel like now we're finally actually prepared for this case. We have looked at the evidence, and we can now continue with the questioning, because I feel like that is a lawyer's duty to prepare for the case, right? You can't just... Oh, I don't like how... Why is this... The chat thing is like disappearing behind my... I don't like that. Why is it doing that? I'll adjust it like this. Here we go. Anyway.
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. And out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed. I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too.
All right. So when it happened, the only two people... Oh, should I have pressed them on all of this? Oh, dear. The only two people in the closed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend to do the deed. Jeez. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. I agree. I'm becoming a real ace attorney. Thank you, Captain. Am I saying it right? Chiasi? Is it Italian? Chiasi? Anyway. What am I supposed to think here? Mr. McGilded really innocent? Or could it be... Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you are absolutely right, of course, Susato. Let's listen to the witness statements again a little more carefully. Okay. Alright, we had this already. So I had a few customers. I remember it well. We just press, right? Let's just press. We press on everything. I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, it's French. So it's Capitaine Chias? Chias, maybe. Capitaine Chias. All the buttons! The buttons! Yes, after 10, okay.
Yes, sir, that's right, sir. Yes, I was called to, sir, for freezing, in fact.
And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct?
Yes, so no, traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course. No.
And there were no other passengers when the incident took place? No one alighted, for example?
You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. None.
So nobody fled the scene of the crime then?
I have to say, the boss insists on it running. He does everything every evening. The last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what with the beginning being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again.
Oh gosh, poor fella.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus.
Press! And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage?
That's right. When you sit up on the deck, top deck, the window's right there at your feet.
Okay.
There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. 2 of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces, but there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded.
How can you be so sure?
Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of a rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else.
Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There's no room for doubt here. I really wish there was.
Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
Hold it! Yeah, press him on that. You actually saw the exact moment it happened?
Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair dinkum, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days?
I'm not sure if I got his accent right, actually. If he's a banker, maybe he should be more posh than that, but oh well. No, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got this back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a... Whoop. What did he sound like? I don't even remember.
My lord? Juror number 3, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, we got cheered by bits. Shiny Binny. Thank you. I mean, it happened in... What happened? Picked up. Anyway,
my mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up.
What? Made up about what?
I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be, every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me.
Oh dear. That's not good news.
There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway.
That is precisely what I was about to say. Oh, as the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Gosh.
Oh, Shiny Beanie, gotta get some sleep. Good night, Shiny Beanie.
What is happening here? Oh, God. We haven't even pressed them on everything yet. Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire. Apparently, yes. White for innocence and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the back side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. I agree. Now I'm even more worried than I was before.
Very well, the court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
This is a nightmare. That's right. I stabbed him. I screamed. I did. Wait, didn't we? We didn't even get to press him on this one, right? Did we press him on this?
Didn't I already testify to that?
Oh yeah, no, we did already press him on that. Whoopsie! This is no good. Okay, sorry. We just did that already. Oopsie daisy. Oh, wait, what? What just happened? Oh, I'm confused. That's right. I stabbed him. I screamed. I did. Couldn't help it. Oh, you like Drew's call-outs? Whoever voiced him did a pretty good job. I don't know who was that. I have no idea. Me? You stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about the new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. Then I happened to look down through the skylight. Oh, it was sticking right up from his belly, that huge, great knife.
A grim sight indeed.
Oh, that didn't help me at all. Oh no, they're all grumbling. That doesn't look good. Sure look like they're even more convinced. My client appears to have made everyone more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. Only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First.
Oh, yes, sir.
Is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. I aim listen to. See you later. Good to have you. Is that? Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart.
There's a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Oh, please, no. M. Or Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick.
God, he's a little handsome, isn't he?
It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection! But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes, like in Mason. Objection! Oh, he's got a dark voice, doesn't he? This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned.
No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel.
And now we got the murder weapon. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2, go on.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However...
Those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what? Dispose of the rubbish.
Oh lord, this is not looking good. Am I gonna die any moment now?
I don't like it. I don't want to die. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Oh my god. Is everybody against me now? This is just too much.
Oh, you have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. So scary. Am I losing? Not again. That's... Oh, out of 6 jury members who've proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press the witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I agree. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... all right. I'll keep trying. I can't give up. Yeah, Susato is wonderful, isn't she? She's helping me stay on track. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witness statements again. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it. Wait, what did you see? Hold it! How did he see anything? What exactly did you see? Well, sir, that would be the passenger collapsed on the floor. How would he see that? That doesn't really make sense, does it? Can I not present? No, I can't present here. This doesn't really make sense. Okay, pressing isn't enough. By the passenger, obviously you are referring to the victim. He couldn't see it from his perspective, could he? Because he's like sitting all the way in the front. And then the other passenger had that knife in his hand. Like he wouldn't be able to see that from his position. But I don't know how to tell them that. You want me to look at the knife? Or they talk about Kazuma? What is it about Kazuma? Oh, it says Kazuma here. Lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here, look. Kazuma Asogi. This was his band, of course. He had his heart set on his study tour in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place. I have such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at his armband, though. Our friend, Kazuma. Oh, we got another first-time chat, Hexagon Heat. You love how these 2 games make the duo feel like equals. Yeah, as you mean Susato and Ryunosuke, right? They work very well together, doesn't it? What do you mean Kazuma and him? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. What do we have in the knife? We should take the knife apart and look at things here. Kazuma. That part is the sheath, isn't it? Well observed. Are you all right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, sorry, yes, I just don't really like blades. Oh, those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade. That's Kazuma's soul. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Okay, right, it's a blade. There's blood. Oh, the pain. That looks like a lot of blood. It surely is blood. The victims. Ah, an Englishman's blood looks a lot like... Oh, come on, Ryunosuke. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain, and I didn't know what the blood of English people looked like. I thought maybe it's a different color, like it comes out in a Union Jack or something like that. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust.
Yes, I do understand. Culture shock. It's difficult. And we've got the M on here, obviously. And I like how Ryunosuke is just a little confused at times. And, you know, that happens to me all the time where I'm just like, huh? Huh? I don't really get it. An ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded's initial. And it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think. Ah. What is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. Whoa, this could change everything. Yes, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. Wait, who's buffering? I'm buffering? Or is it? Maybe it's Ryunosuke. I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I'm sure of is that this is an M.
Turnabout.
Turnabout, turnabout. Oh, well, that idea was quickly quashed, wasn't it?
Turnabout.
Okay. So we've got the W on here now, okay. All right, we've investigated the evidence sufficiently. By the other passengers. So I still think that the guy couldn't see. He wouldn't be able to see that. Wait. And then he plunged it. You wouldn't be. What, can't I present this? I can't present this, can I? No. Okay. Well, I think he's lying. What? You wouldn't be able to see that. That's not true. Oh, not you too.
My lord, I wish to speak. I don't think that was his voice, but anyway,
Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you, too?
as the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep it in mind. Gee up now, Silverblaze. The finish is in sight. Oh, we've got another ad. They're really frequent. I think I'm going to reduce them later. I think it said like it has to be a minimum of this or something, but I feel like it's too much. I appreciate people subscribing and then not having to see the ads, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like the ads are a little bit overboard. I'll look into the settings next time and see if I can adjust it a little bit. Welcome back from the ads. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the interruption. I'll have another look at it. Yeah. There's a way to set it where you press a button to have ads play when you want. Yeah, that makes more sense because then I can just kind of go like, oh, like I'll just take a quick break or something like that, and then I play them then. Because if they just kind of keep popping up all the time, it's just a bit too much. I'm still figuring it out, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me and everything, but yeah, ads are a little bit annoying. Anyway, I think there's also a minimum. Yeah, there is a minimum that needs to be played, but I do find them very long. Like I remember, like when I watch YouTube or whatever, like you know, if it's like 30 seconds or something, it's fine. But these are sometimes like a minute and a half or something. But anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anyway, Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says.
Thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir.
But he's lying. He's clearly lying. I don't like it.
Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man.
But I wanted to present something. I wanted to present evidence. Oh, no. Is the old lady also changing her mind now?
Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then, Pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called.
Ooh.
The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' face, as he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right.
A man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely.
Well, then may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books?
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know?
What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is?
What kind of a man he is?
The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What?
Stone the crows.
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He's a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service?
You're not saying that.
The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house, yet not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life.
Wait, can I? I can't even object to anything, can I?
By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded.
I don't believe it. If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded, but where's the evidence to support your claim?
Good going, Lawyer Susato. Is he allowed to drink alcohol in court? I don't feel like that's appropriate.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. There it is. Lord Van Zieks' hallowed chalice.
I feel like Judge is a little bit too much fanboying here. That seems a little bit biased.
How can this be considered accepted? Thank you.
I just have the same brain as Ryunosuke.
But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I'd heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Oh, as a judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain.
Day drinking. Whoopsie.
This is but this is completely non-alcoholic, right? Nothing there but cordial, and a little bit of static.
This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh.
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. He is a diva, isn't he? So grandiose. If they're a marvelous toast, counsel, I will gladly accept this new evidence. Jeez, Judge, why don't you hide your fandom a little bit more? It doesn't sound very impartial, does it?
Yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
Oh, wait. No, she's not going the other way too now, is she? Because then we've lost. Let's just investigate this thing first. All sort of secrets. Yes, we need to look inside. Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, apart from a great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you, we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Okay, well, I can't read any of that. That is just ridiculous. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness. What is it? Look at this. Do you see the name here? Oh, Bruce Fairplay. That name rings a bell, doesn't it? Isn't it our dear banker, Mr. Fairplay? Ha! Think you could fool me? Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar. Suspicious much. The witness testifying, that's right, Susato. You got it. Of course, the banker. Why is his name in here, huh? Huh? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. He's no longer playing fair. Oh, very clever. The details. Okay, yeah, Bruce Fairplay. Any other people in here? It's just him, is it? Okay, sorry, I just clicked it because I thought it was the other page, but we've already got all the info that we have. Taisa is very punny, our SDZ gamer, innit? Very, very punny. Okay, what is our old lady saying, Jerry?
Well, it would seem I've had a wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's
such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel!
Uh-oh. Okay, is that all of them?
Still, maybe it's all for the best. Wait a minute. I don't stand for nonsense.
Wait, do we get another chance, or have we lost now? Have we lost now? I don't think that's fair. I feel like I'm supposed to... still get a chance. Oh, aim listen to. You're back? Ooh. How exciting. Nice to have you back. What I feel like we still should have a chance now, right? According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. It's over then. Oh, okay. She has her iPhone book with all the info. There's a footnote. A footnote? It's not over until Susato says it's over. That's correct. Wait, what is the footnote? However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Wait. I didn't hear the end of that sentence.
Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
No, there is objections. Susato has objections, right? Susato. Susato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. Thank you.
the footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense, what did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment.
Ugh.
When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the finding. Yes, we had that already. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. God, this is really putting me to the edge, isn't it? Get up, Ryunosuke. Get up! We can do this.
A summation examination?
Objection!
A summation examination. From which century has that tome you've been there been selected?
I think it's actually from the future, because it has all the info of the world in there.
Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So, you're out of luck.
Oh. Well, why? Why can't we just do it? What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, I'll read about it. So many pages in there.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails.
Typical. That's not a typical Nipponese thing, my friend. It's just because I haven't gone to uni and I don't really know what I'm doing. So chill, man. Chill, bro. Okay? It's fine. Just give me a moment. All right, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. He has no chill. It's because he's drinking so much wine, man. It's just on the wine. He gets a little impatient. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what, exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions.
All right. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision, but that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Damn, she's so good. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Deep breaths. Come on, boy. Summation examination.
Yeah, forget it. Let's just go back to Japan and, you know, we can forget about all of this. Nah. We assert our right. Come on.
The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
You can object all you want.
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure.
Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
Yeah, I object. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. I agree.
The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with a summation examination. This madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so...
Letter? All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision.
On what grounds?
You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
Someone's life is in. This is the most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this justifying luck.
That seems to have thrown the jurors off. Seems none of them have experienced this before. All right then. The summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around.
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime.
All right then. Let's go. The jurors' contentions.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
I think this guy's accent keeps changing, and I love it.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor, it beggars belief.
I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? I agree. Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Maybe we can throw Barok's wine at them or something. According to my iPhone book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. What on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right. I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Gaslight them. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Periwinkles. This is our job here, I guess. Isn't it? Machinations and deductions. Is that what we're doing right now? Machinations and deductions. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says. Ooh! Oh, we got a new follower. I need to... What is it? Battle... There's like a line right in front of it on my... Oh, battle... Bottle easy. Bottle easy. Thanks for following. And see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. Sounds like a plan. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Okay. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes. I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Let's break down the jurors in a completely non-physical way, but with brains and words and intelligence. All right, I might be able to pull this off. Come on. Come on. Get him. I have to pull this off.
Can we start proceedings, counsel?
I have to do the double slap.
I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. I can do this. God, he looks cool with that sword, doesn't he? And like his whole height and everything. Defense is rebuttal.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares. Wait, 4? Wait, there was the driver, 2 on top, and 2 inside. Okay, yeah, it is. With fares totaling 20 pence. Okay. Oh wait, can I press them as well? I can press them?
Hold it!
Oh, so I can press them. Certainly, the testimonies you've heard suggest the victim and Mr. McGilded were alone inside the carriage.
Precisely my point.
But, would there be some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet?
Such as...
Perhaps that's something we could, all work out together. Oh, jeez.
Now listen here. Maybe you don't know how things work around here because you're from foreign climes. But here, we're here to form our opinions as individuals, and I have.
Oh, dear. Doesn't he appear to be in the mood to consider an alternative point of view, does he? No. You have to pit the jurors against one another like Susato-san said. Okay, yeah. I'm finding contradictions. That's fine. Okay. You trust the driver. I still think the driver, like he couldn't have seen it because he's sitting in the front. It doesn't make sense. Does his ability to recall his takings that night really tell us how trustworthy the man is? I manage all his lordship's cash affairs, so I'm very particular when it comes to accounts. I see. A single penny can mean all the difference between life and death after all counted. That's a saying in your country? My point is, a man who minds his figures is a man you can trust. Those of us in service would swear to it, that, sir. Does it really... So if the good driver says that he saw Mr. McGilded in the act, I don't doubt him. The only task left to do today is disposing of the rubbish. Now wait a minute. One of the other jurors mentioned something about money, I think. Now would be a very good time to listen carefully to the jurors' statements again, Mr. Naruhodo. You notice any inconsistency of what 2 different jurors are saying? I should expose it by pitting them against each other. Okay. Right. Brazen. So we press him on this. Careful. You could hurt somebody with that. Yeah, why is he allowed a knife in there? You're I forgot what his voice was. There's too many voices in my brain.
You're a fine one to talk. What of that sword hanging from your waist, huh?
Oh, whatever. No, that's just my battered soul.
Well, anyway, I despise anyone with too much money. They're all the same. Or stabbing some brickmaker or other behind the scenes. You mark my words.
That seems very unlikely, doesn't it?
Are you mad, man? We know. That small shorty is a rotten Shylock.
Well, yes, it does seem to be the case, but...
Mr. Naruhodo, please, be careful what you say. Heavy's been trying to squeeze money out of us less fortunate, and as far as I'm concerned, he's as guilty as sin.
The man can hang. I'm gonna just snooze this for now. Come to think of it, Didn't one of the other jurors have something to say about the defendant's underhand activities? If you thought of something, Mr. Naruhodo, don't let it go. Test your theory. Wait, what? Am I ready to pit them? I don't really understand yet. I've simply typed in. We have to keep.
Hold it!
Okay, you've typed everything up. What have you been doing all this time? What have you been doing all this time? There.
I should have thought it was obvious. I'm recording everything that takes place as part of these proceedings.
And what have you learned from that?
For example, at this moment in time, the judge has used his gavel 11 times in total. The prosecution has snorted derisively at your remarks 7 times in total, and I might add, each time you have gawped like a simpleton.
Thank you. And what's the point exactly? So, anyway, madam, are you able to explain why you think the defendant is guilty?
That is a conclusion I have drawn as a result of copious notes I have typed.
Clearly, but I'm asking you to explain why you've drawn that conclusion.
Please don't distract me. It makes it extremely hard to concentrate on my note-keeping.
This is going nowhere. Okay. Fine, so you can trust the guild. Fair fares is our oh. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years? Okay. So, then we can pit that against her, because she said 20 pence, but if there's 4 passengers, that would be 6. Oh. Should I listen to him carefully? Okay, I'll listen to him. Fine, I'll press him first, but I think he said 4 pence. That's how much it costs to take the omnibus. That's right. As a guildmaster, I decided to set a policy for all drivers across the city. 1 fare, no matter which bus you take or how far you're going. We have to compete with the rise of the motor car, you see. As coachmen have to make a stand together. Motor cars, you say? Yes, and his murder on the bus, on one of us, is extremely damaging to our cause. It's beyond the pale. It'll lead to decline in passengers. You'll mark my words, and it's all that rascal's fault. He has to pay. Anyway, every member of my guild is reliable and trustworthy. So if the driver says he saw him do it, that fellow in the dock is as guilty as sin. No, I think... Okay, I can pit you against each other. This is absolutely 100%. I'm confident with this. Pit. Yeah.
These two statements clearly contradict each other.
They do? Explain yourself.
Oh dear. What have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's main name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about.
According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus in the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly in front of me.
And juror number 5 also told us the following.
The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence.
That is it. A fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated.
But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts.
Why, man? Why?
4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. By 4 pence, in fact. Or, precisely, 1 person's fare.
1 person's fare?
Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about.
Good gracious!
Smart. It's a good brain. Good brain.
This can't be right. The coachman of the guild, a good, honest man, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up.
Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus.
All right then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end,
Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales.
Hold your horses there, coachman. We're all in agreement. Why do you... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo.
Oh gosh. I think those two have suddenly merged into the same voice slowly.
This is all very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. That's it. We're getting it. Tipping the scales, quite literally. That's right.
For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny can be the difference between a smile and a year. A tear, even, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. I did. Thank you, Susato. I'm very pleased. If you can manage to change 2 or more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. And that's what we want. 2 more. Actually, there's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. I can do it.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
Okay. I should like to hear what the slipshot bookkeeper has to say for himself. Okay, we don't need to press her anymore. Stock the check naps to him, just like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. Wait, and what did he say?
There's no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him.
Okay. And she doesn't really say anything. And what does her... She hasn't really... Stabbing that poor man on the floor.
Hold it!
What else does she say? I really think you should stop waving that needle around. You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? That hideous man stabbed the poor fella. Just like this. Yes, that is what he said. You're right. McGilded Park is such a lovely little place too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on with my knitting. And I had thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought he was a miserable, murdering moneylender with no scrap of remorse? Oh, help. Well, okay, so she doesn't really have any... Seems to know her mind, doesn't she? Okay. So, we just need to find two... Okay, yes, I know that. So much easier said than done. How did you know? Wait, it looks like I was tossing the knife around while I was highlighting... What? Robin the Red Fox. I'm confused. What did I do? Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in such a situation. Yes, please read to me what you've... Yes, please go ahead. We need all the help we can get, right? Very well. Listen to this. During the summation examination, you will hear the assertions of the 6 members of the jury. In this situation... In this situation, the counsel for the defense should use... What? Oh, wait. Well, I already know how to do that. Okay, I don't need that help, actually. I was confused. Nor can you choose of jurors who have changed their leaning. Yes. Okay, that was less helpful than I thought it would be. I didn't need the tutorial. I see. Yeah, okay. I do know that. Let's get this right now. Okay, fine. I know how it works. I just need to actually understand it. Oh. I put the spot on here. Oh, it's like it's... Hold on. Would I do this? On this side. If I put my hand this way, then it's... Whee! Whee! It's like it's my hand. Or something like that. Don't cut my head in half. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Wait, and what else? Certainly, the testimonies we've heard suggest that Mr. McGilded were alone inside the carriage. But, I mean, there is meant to be like a fifth person here now, isn't there? Could there be some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet? Such as, okay, like, now listen to me, no, okay. Okay, he's formed his opinion, fine. Okay, he's not in the mood to change his opinion. I mean, there's not that, like, I only have to pit it against one other person, so they can't be that hard. Stuck the chap next to him. Okay, there is a contradiction, because, hold on. This guy says the chap next to him, whereas our grandma said stabbing the poor man on the floor. Those are both two very different things. So that's a contradiction. There we go. There we go. Those two statements are completely contradictory. Ha! Ha 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 ha! I know things. What? Explain, counsel, post haste.
Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
What is all this claptrap? What does... I keep forgetting what he sounds like. What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? Oh, he doesn't even know shit. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What?
Can't you see I'm busy here?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it?
Ah, want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said.
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor.
Now, don't move. Take a look at these two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never... They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless me stitches. What a muddle.
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh? But why? Why the dickens would they lie?
I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. The knitting lady did it. Is that what you think, O'Carlin? How much would you bet on that, eh? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen? In all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. indeed. We can't do that. The scales.
I don't believe it.
Hold it.
Wait. Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's...
Oh, we've got another Jim Jams on our hands, right? We've got it. This is Jim Jams again. Jim Jams number 2. Eastern Sorcerer using his magic. We don't like your kind, the kind that hates our kind, that is. Jim Jams 2.0. I mean, Barok has his whole Nipponese stuff, but this was just no. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? We've got an ad break. I snoozed it twice because we were in the middle of this, but I couldn't snooze it anymore, I think. Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me?
What exactly is the problem?
What of it if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollections of events?
What of it?
Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now, it's still juror number 1 talking, and now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then Shylock stabbed him again, and his old lady saw him do it.
Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that?
Who are you calling dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you.
Oh, they're ready to kill each other now. Oh, I think they might all have done it. All of them. But could the 4 men of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different moments of the same crime? I'm just gonna say no, and I know why. I know why. Oh, bloody ads in it. Do we just catch up before we return so that the ad break kind of finishes? So that then nobody misses anything. Yeah, I snoozed it 3 times. I snoozed ad 3 times. I'll wait for yas. Because this is an exciting point, I think. I want everyone to get it. It's an exciting moment. All good. We'll be right back. In the meantime, what do we do? Maybe I'll do like ad break music or something. Wait, I can't think of any song, literally.
I can't think of any song. This is the mental music break. And
It's all back, see? I did push it back multiple times, I think. But anyway, ads over, back to it. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman.
rock and roll.
What is it, you Dark Jinx? He's definitely Jim Jats. Come out. Yeah, wherever you are, Mr. Racist. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. Yeah, and I remember what it is.
What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that?
I think it's,
You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, 2 witnesses of different moments, isn't it? If you say there's other questions, show me some proof. Yeah, I got some proof for you. Some irrefutable, hard evidence. As you wish. I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that 2 witnesses said 2 different moments of the same crime, as proven by... I'm quite sure it's this one. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Once. See, this, my dear ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, is why we look at the evidence before we do a case. All right? That's how ace attorneys do this shit. Present. Yeah, this is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once.
Only once.
It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely on one time. Not on time. Jeez. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen...
Excuse me. I shouldn't do that in court.
Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. All right, I concede defeat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yay! Oh. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. A very timely murder. Murder most foul, murder just in time. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won. Wait, well, we've not won the whole case, right? I think we just won the summation examination.
What are you playing at, you dandy fool?
Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me.
But we had a consensus.
I said, shut your trap.
I don't even know what voice anyone has anymore. I know a liar when I see one, and if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair of his head. Oh gosh, that was a bit intense, wasn't it? That knife-licking situation. Please tell me he's a barber. Yeah, that would be good.
Well, in quite a remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there's no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Very good indeed. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. The demon barber of, Ace Attorney Street, I don't know, it doesn't really help, it doesn't work. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Indeed. So, Lord Van Zieks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. The prosecution.
Oh, how do you feel about this now, huh, Mr. Barok van Zieks? You screwed the pooch, did ya? You screwed it.
Oh. Having savoured the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zieks?
It's cold in here. Or is it just me?
As your antiquated tone no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury.
That's a bit harsh.
Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle.
Oh, he's taking off his clothes. Oh boy.
Bring forth the witnesses once more.
The cape comes off, and I feel like this is an excellent dramatic moment to finish and wait. I trust you heard the and because it is 9 o'clock, then we continue at this point on the next go, wait, and I feel like I can finish on a hold on. I go big or go home, and then I just, oh no, I moved the wrong thing. Wait, how do I move myself over here, and then we'll have a little chat with our man. Where is he? He's on this side. Hey, who do you think you are, huh? You calling me Nipponese and stuff. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna figure, am I looking in the right place? Yeah, I'm gonna why, what's my finger doing in your nose? We're gonna get you. You think, wait, why am I looking up so far? Is it more like here? This is the eye line. You think you're so great with your wine and with your cloak and everything? I'm not even speaking the microphone. With your wine and your cloak, and you know, I don't know if I like you. You're a bit scary, and you make the room all cold, and it's not fun. So, yeah, there you go. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. I might be, and you know what? It's gonna be extra embarrassing for you because I'm not even a real lawyer. I'm just a student. Huh? Gonna make you lose. Gonna make you lose. That's what's gonna happen, and I'm moving right back here. So, yeah, excited, very excited to beat the shit out of this lad. Yeah, you and me. We're gonna go. So, this was all completely non-rehearsed, clearly, and just come up in the moment. One more mustache twirl. I'm also thinking of, I might shave this off soon. I don't know. What do y'all think? But I'm getting kind of tired. It's so long. I just get bored of it. I just get bored of the stash. But objection? Do we like the stash? Maybe I'll just trim it at some point. Never shave it. Very cool. Okay, I appreciate it. It's just so long. And it takes upkeep. It's like kind of it's sort of you know, you have to like style it and stuff. But let's see. I think somebody commented on one of my Wukong things that on a Chinese side that people say that I look like Mario or something, which I think is funny. But shave it on stream. Okay, maybe I'll make it I have to reach, it could be like a channel goal or something, right? But then if people don't want me to shave it, then that's not going to work, right? Like, people are not going to pay for that. A sub goal. So maybe in order to keep it, people have to, I don't know. I'll think about it. Pay not to shave it. Okay. So it's kind of like, all right, you'll have to sub to a certain amount, otherwise I'll shave it or something. I'm not sure if I like that kind of like enforcement. But anyway, it's been really fun. Thank you all for joining and all the subs. And I'm just like Poggy Pocket and Noah and Kitchen. God, we've got like a sub weekly top gifters and stuff. And Taisa also for cheers and bits and mix match magic shiny binny, amazing. I'm overwhelmed. And I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. It honestly gives me life. And I appreciate it very much. So thank you very much, everyone. And I'm going to turn into a ghost now slowly, and I'll see y'all on Sunday if you can make it. I shouldn't do that noise because it's probably really loud in the microphone. I don't know why I do it. See you soon, and have a balloons. I forgot. We haven't done balloons in a while. Balloons. Why isn't it giving me balloons? Come on, balloons. And we'll do fireworks once we finish the case, or maybe just one because it's fun. Yes, we like fireworks. It makes me feel so powerful. Power. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, everyone, and thank you so much. The bitrate does not like that. Whoopsie. Okay. You guys take care.